My father used to say the south field should never be walked after dark. He never explained why. He would only look toward the corn and say, "If you hear something moving in there, let it move." After he died, I moved back to the farm to help my mother. It was late August, and the corn stood so high it looked like a wall around the property. During the day, it was just a field. At night, it felt like something else. The first time I saw it, I was locking the barn after sunset. A tall shape stood about 50 yards from the house. Long arms, crooked shoulders, too still to be human. I asked my mother when she had put up a scarecrow. She went pale. "We don't use one." That night, I watched it through the kitchen window. It never moved. It only faced the house. By morning, it was gone. The next evening, it came back closer. I took a flashlight to the edge of the field. The stalks swayed even though there was no wind. My light found nothing, but somewhere deep between the rows, something heavy took one slow step, then another. I backed toward the house. That was when my mother told me what my father had seen years ago. He once heard crying in the south field and went looking. He found something tall and thin among the corn, its head bent at the wrong angle. It never chased him. It only watched. After that night, he nailed a cross above every door. On the third night, the thing stood beside the old fence post near the house. Moonlight showed me it was not made of straw. It was shaped like a man, but too tall, with long limbs and a body wrapped in dead stalks, vines, and strips of cloth. Its head tilted as if listening. Then the porch light went out. When it came back on, the yard was empty. A minute later, something knocked on the back door. 3 slow knocks. My mother grabbed my arm. "Do not open it." We heard footsteps circle the house. Gravel shifted beneath something heavy. A dragging sound moved along the siding. Corn leaves brushed against the windows even though the field was too far away. At midnight, the dogs began barking in the barn. Then came whimpering. Then silence. I looked from the upstairs window. The thing was standing in the yard holding one of my father's old scarecrow poles. It slowly turned its head toward me. Then I heard my father's voice. "Son, come out here." My father had been dead for 6 months. The voice came again, now directly below the window. "Help me with the field." My mother began praying. Footsteps crossed the porch, and the front doorknob started turning. I ran downstairs and held the door shut. Through the narrow glass beside it, I saw the thing standing inches away. Its face was woven from corn husks and strips of dark cloth. Deep hollows sat where eyes should have been, and something moved inside them. A split in the husks slowly widened into a smile. My father's voice came through it. "Let me in." Something slammed against the house. The windows rattled. Then dried corn husks began sliding beneath the back door as if the field itself were trying to crawl inside. My mother shouted for me to grab the old fireplace torch. I lit it and held the flame toward the door. The thing hissed. It sounded like an entire field whispering at once. Then the doorknob stopped moving. We heard a long scraping sound across the porch, fading toward the corn. We stayed awake until sunrise. In the morning, the yard looked untouched except for a fresh wooden pole driven into the dirt beneath my bedroom window. My shirt was tied to it with corn husks. The shirt I had been wearing when I went to bed. We burned the south field that afternoon. People in town called us crazy. But when the fire reached the center of the field, something rose above the flames. Tall, thin, burning. Over the roar of the fire, I heard my father's voice one last time. You should have let it move. We sold the farm a month later. Now I live 3 states away. But every fall, when the corn grows high, I wake to something tapping gently against my bedroom window. 3 slow knocks. And when I refuse to look, I hear dry leaves dragging slowly across the side of the house.